Hello everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube video. Also, Merry Late Christmas. Today is the 26th, and I think I will be releasing this video today. I'd played no Magic at all the last 2 days, and not much the day before, so a little bit behind in the trophy race, but the next 3 days I should be able to make a lot of content and play a lot of Magic, which I'm excited for. This pack is interesting. There's some good cards. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Wrenn and 6, Ashiok, Prismatic Vista, and Remand are all the cards that I think are potentially first pickable here. And I think in honor of it being the day after Christmas, I'm going to take Wrenn and 6. Go with a little red-green action. This card is very, very good if you get the requisite stuff for it, which are fetch lands plus wasteland and strip mine. It's really high upside. When it's good, it's one of the best cards in the format. Like if your opening hand has fetch land, Wrenn and 6, that's incredible. Ashiok is really good too, but yeah, we'll take the Wrenn and 6 and see if we can make it happen. Okay, now I think we take Grist and do a little Jund action. That's not a common color combination for me, but it's a very, very powerful card. It also does play well with Wrenn and 6. You can mill over lands with the Grist. Otherwise, if we take an Ashiok, there's not much here for us. Maybe Godless Shrine. We could take, like, Draga Tree Speaker if we're going to be heavy green, but Grist is really powerful. Jund is not typically a color combination that I love, but it does have it's like tends to be somewhat open. At least one of the 3 Jund colors is usually open, and if you are trying to outgrind the blue decks, you need to have good planeswalkers. But Wrenn and 6 Grist is a way to do that. So we'll take this. Now we could take Raging Ravine or Lightning Bolt. I think that's the main consideration, and I'll take the Ravine here. Bolt is really good, but if we're playing Jund, we should be able to get pretty good removal. Like if you're just playing red-green, you need to really prioritize the red removal, but we should be able to get red or black removal pretty easily. Plus, this helps us to carve out red-green for us, and it's also just a good card. It closes out the game really quickly. Late in the game, you can even double animate this and then give it 2 counters a turn, and if they kill it, we can bring it back with Wrenn and 6. Grief is also decent, but not quite as good as these other 2 cards. Okay, definitely taking Misty Rainforest here. I love Tireless Tracker, but again, we want the fetch lands if we're playing Wrenn and 6, and Misty Rainforest is a good one. There's also a chance we play blue. Blue is the best color, so we could splash an Ancestral Recall or something like that if we found one, and Misty Rainforest would help with that. I don't think it's too likely that Tireless Tracker comes around, but it'd be cool if it did. If it doesn't, we could maybe play Birthing Pod. Grist is very good with Birthing Pod. It counts as a creature when it's not on the battlefield, so you can pod a 2-drop into Birthing Pod, which is kind of sweet. Or you can pod a 2-drop into Grist. Okay. Interesting pack. There's a Savannah, so if we want to play white, that like gives Misty Rainforest could get white, and there are a lot of white cards in this pack. There's also Savai Triome, which is a red-white or a red-black fetchable land, so it like Forest plus Savai Triome can cast both of our planeswalkers. And then the third option is Mizzium Mortars, which is or actually Mizzium Mortars and Goblin Rabble Master are both decent. It's kind of close. I guess Waterlogged Grove is honorable mention. It also plays pretty well with the Wrenn and 6, but I think it's a little worse. Rabble Master is good. It's a little fragile. I think I'm going to take the Mizzium Mortars. Yeah, I'll take the Mizzium Mortars. A Triome. Yeah, okay, nice. I was about to say, like, we should be able to get a better red-black land that's not always going to be tapped, and then immediately we get paid off with the bad lands. Hexdrinker and Noble Hierarch are both good green cards as well, but this is the worst Hierarch. The Ignoble Hierarch gives us Jund colors. Yeah, pretty easy bad lands here. Unfortunately, we can't find it off of the Misty Rainforest, but still, really good card to have access to if we're playing red-black. Okay, Jund is looking fairly open. Good place to be. I think we take Escape the Wilds here. Olivia Crimson Bride is okay. It does, you can bring back Grist for that, which is kind of fun, but I think Escape the Wilds is pretty nice here. Good card draw in a color combination that doesn't have access to great card draw in general. Plus, letting you play an additional land, it plays well with Wrenn and 6 since you have excess lands. Okay, I don't think Maria is really where we want to be. We could take Bone Crusher Giant, but I think I'm going to take the Nurturing Peatland. It's good fixing, it plays well with the Renin 6, and we took Mizium Mortars earlier, so we have some removal. Dam is also an option, but I think this is less important. I love sweepers in like Esper Control and stuff like that, but in Jund, you typically have more spot removal, and also potentially more creatures. So you're more interested in just efficient one-for-one removal spells rather than board sweepers. So we'll take the Nurturing Peatland. Jund is looking super open, though. I think we're in a good color combination. Wow, you don't almost see Remand going that late, but we still have 3 good Jund cards, 1 in each of our colors. I think I'm going to take Garruk Wildspeaker. Like I said, I really like having a lot of Planeswalkers in these sorts of decks. Hero's Downfall is decent, but 2 things. First of all, we're looking like we're potentially base red-green. We have less black stuff, so double black could be tough. And second of all, Grist can kill Planeswalkers, so we already have some Planeswalker removal. Yeah, I'll take the Garruk. Okay, we can take it Elder Gargaroth. I don't think we want Godless Shrine. Yeah, let's take the Gargaroth. None of these black cards look that great for us. Okay, if we had taken some of the white mana, we could take the Knight of Autumn and potentially open up white. Scavenging Goods is also decent, but I think I'm going to speculate on the Natural Order. It may not make the cut, but if we do end up, like, it could become really good if Terrastodon wheels or we get, like, a Primeval Titan. Natural Order could be nice. I guess we also need some dorks for it, but it's very, very high upside, and the other cards aren't that important. Okay, I know I was mentioning Birthing Pod earlier, but I think I'm going to take the Hornet Queen because we just took Natural Order. It's a decent Natural Order thing to put into play. All right, there's a Kogla. All right. And Terrastodon. So we got all the big green creatures. So Natural Order is now officially looking pretty good if we get the cheap green cards. Pod would also be kind of funny. We have 6, 7, 8, but that's fine. So green is our most open color. We're playing base green mid-range, but we're hoping to be able to play some good red and black removal and cheap plays. Huh. Well, I do think we take the Mox. Like, Kolaghan's Command would be amazing. That's the card I want the most from this pack. There's also Faithless Looting, Coalition Relic, and then Mana Drain, which we're not playing, but which is great. But I don't think we can really pass a Mox here, even though it is not in our colors. Okay, that's a really nice fetch land. This is double on color. It can get Badlands, so it gets all 3. This pairs well with Renin 6. Maybe we can wheel Copperline Gorge. We're not Teferi deck here. Not too much else. Like, we could maybe play Pia and Kiranalar. Tavalar's Huntmaster is another okay big dumb green creature. We actually could be a good Titania deck. I'm not going to take this now, but if we could get the land that this combos with, then that's pretty nice, and we will likely be filling up our graveyard with lands to some extent. But yeah, we'll take the Verdant Catacombs very happily. Okay, now I think we take Kroxa. Not bad. There's also Incinerate, but Kroxa is strong. It still is yet to be determined if we're like Jund or like mostly green. But I'm not that even interested in all these big dumb green cards, so I think I will take Kroxa, even though it's not good with like most decks aren't playing Kroxa and Kogla together. Yeah, Dak Faden's good, but we don't really have a good blue splash. I guess we have 2 fetch land. If we get a blue fetchable land, we have 2 that could get it. But yeah, let's just take the Kroxa. Okay, here's a Marsh Flats. Elvish Reclaimer is not that good. Inferno Titan is a decent piece of top end, but we have top end already. Inquisition of Kozilek is the real consideration. This card is really nice, but I think we need to prioritize the fetch lands for the Renin 6. It also, they play well with Kroxa too. Yeah, we'll take this. Hopefully we can get a green fetchable land. All 3 of these can grab... Actually, no, this can't grab Badlands. These 2 can get Badlands. This one can get Forest. But right now, Marsh Flat cannot get green, and Misty Rainforest can not get black or red. So, yeah, hopefully we can fix that. Interesting. Okay. I don't think we're a Channel deck, even though Channel is great. This is a black-green land, so it would mean all of our lands could get black-green, which is nice. And then it's that versus Burst Lightning and Liliana. Kind of interesting. Let's see. How does our deck look if we cut some of the natural order package, which right now we can't play? Liliana is a really strong card. Yeah, I think I'll take Liliana. Having a lot of Planeswalkers in this style of deck is good. If we don't get any black-green lands, I'll regret this pick. But, wow, second time in a row that's happened. We pass a Triome and then get the dual land that we actually wanted. Night's Whisper is good card draw. Glorybringer is a great threat. And Green Sun Zenith could get there. But also, I should mention, Ramanap, it's worse than Renin 6, but it's still good. But, yeah, it would be very greedy to pass this Overgrown Tomb. All right, love it. Dark Confidant, we're playing some old school Jund, baby. Sakura Tribelder is okay. Avalanche Riders would be solid in this deck, but easy Bob. Okay, Plateau doesn't help us too much. Between Reclamation Sage and Arbor Elf, and I think we can take the Elf here. Arbor Elf is really good with Overgrown Tomb. If we get a green-red land, then it is... this can really help us to fix, and it lets us to power out these creatures. And also, if we do end up playing the Natural Order package, it's good with that. Brick Sage is solid too, but I think Accelerants are really nice in these sorts of decks. And now we get the Kolaghan's Command. Excellent. Duress is good too, but pretty easy Kolaghan's Command. Okay, 3 solid mid-range cards versus a good piece of fixing. I think we just take the Copperline Gorge. If we already had the land that pairs with Titania, that would be one thing, but we don't. Yeah, let's just make sure we can cast our spells. Okay, now we'll take Incinerate. Life from the Loam could be decent as a value play, but we don't have that much cheap removal. Krark plays well with discard spells like Inquisition of Kozilek, but we just passed Duress and we passed Inquisition earlier this pack. I don't think Cryptbreaker is very good for us though, so I think I'll speculate on this and then we'll see what we end up with. Alright, Burst Lightning, not bad. Abbot of Carol Keep is not bad either, but I think I would slightly rather have the Burst Lightning. Scarab God is interesting. Green Sun Zenith doesn't look that good. I guess it's fine. It can get grist, but the Scarab God is really high upside if we find one blue fetchable land. This is like a pretty easy card to splash at the top of the curve, and it is really good in this sort of deck. It gives us a lot of grinding power. Alright, we got Progenitus, so that's another good natural order target if we get a few cheap green creatures. Alright, interesting pack here. There's a lot of good stuff. So, our Utopia Sprawl is really good fixing and acceleration that plays very well with Arbor Elf. Chandra is an incredible planeswalker in our colors. This is a little bit less good, but it is a solid removal spell. And then we have 2 nice fetchable lands, and we don't have a red-green land yet. So, and this would let us play the Scarab God. We can fetch it with Verdant Catacombs Misty. This would let us just have good Jund mana. It's pretty close. I think the responsible pick is Stomping Ground here. I think we're going to end up with enough good playables. And this really helps with the mana. Specifically with Renin 6. You have 3 fetch lands that can... I guess Marsh Flats can't get it. Can Marsh Flats get green right now? Yes. Okay, right now Marsh Flats can get green-red. This can get green-red-black. This can get green... Yeah, they actually can all get green-red-black right now. I love Chandra. I think I'm going to take the Stomping Ground still, though. I'm really going to prioritize having good mana. That's important in all decks. Okay, now we'll take a Layla. That's a really good pickup. Nothing else here is that close. Blooming Marsh is fine, but it's much worse than the land we just got. Yeah, pretty easy Layla. I guess Spar's Headquarters is a blue-green land, but yeah, let's take Layla. This card is great. Ooh. Okay, a few options here. Steam Vents would mean that Misty Rainforest, we can't get it with Verdant or Marsh Flats, so Steam Vents is actually not that good. Blackleaf Glyphs is decent fixing, but we should take a Mind Twist. This card is really, really powerful. We also don't have any discard spells at the moment, so this will go a long way towards fixing that. There's also Oath, but we're not really an Oath deck. Okay, the best card here is Bribery, but we can't play that. There's another natural order target, but we just don't have the cheap green creature, so I don't think we're doing that package. Unholy Heat is reasonable removal. Fiery Islet is, even if we're not playing blue, it's not bad for just recurring with Wrenn and 6, but Oracle of Moldai is the pick here, I think. This card is quite strong. It's better when you have a bunch of top end and you're trying to ramp into stuff, but just as a value card, it's decent too. Yeah, we'll take the Oracle. Okay, are we a Dragon's Rage Channeler deck? Yeah, I think we are. This card is pretty good. We have a lot of non-creatures, and it's a good card that is cheap, so it lets us have a low curve, but it also scales well in the late game. We're not quite so deep that we need Crucible of Worlds. If we had Wasteland or Strip Mine, maybe, but playing this just to return fetch lands as a 3-drop that doesn't really impact the board is kind of sketchy. Okay, Duretti, not bad. Also, Maelstrom Pulse. Chupacabra, Rolling Earthquake, Cruel Signet. Lots of good stuff here, but I think we take Duretti. This card is very strong. Some decks just fold to this. You can really tear up artifact decks with this in particular. Okay, Watery Grave is a great late pickup. We can get that with all 3 of our fetches. So just playing this one land over a swamp gives us 4 blue sources and lets us play the Scarab God. Bushwhack, Eternal Witness, and Manamorphose are all decent, but pretty easy Watery Grave here. That's a great pickup. Okay, we could be the Uro Croxa deck. I think that's a little greedy, though. The question is, do we want Fury or Vraska? Fury is probably a stronger card. Vraska is a bit more in line with the theme of this deck, but I think Fury is just good enough that we should take it. Yeah, this card is broken. Alright, Utopia Sprawl Wield. That's pretty excellent. Endurance would be fine. It would be funny if we had Endurance, Grief, and Fury. And then there's Bloodchief's Thirst. We could play Kaito, but I think this is going to be really nice for us. We have 3 good Planeswalkers that we could play on turn 2 off of Utopia Sprawl. Okay, now let's start looking at the playables. Right now we have 22 spells that we really want to play, and a few more that we could bring in if we need to. So I don't think we need like a medium playable like Gix. I think we can just take the Blooming Marsh. Alright, nice. Blackleaf Cliffs. Same logic. Our mana is looking very good now. This is kind of a bad pack for us. Ideally, we get one more spell that we're thrilled about. Otherwise, we have to play like a Hornet Queen or something that I don't really want to play, but we'll take this for the board. Braids, Arisen Necropolis. Kind of weak. I think I'll take it over Crucible, though. Alright. Nice! That's exactly the sort of thing we wanted to see. Like a really premium interactive card. 44th pick. This deck is awesome. The mana's great. A lot of good threats. It's not broken. We have no broken cards other than, I guess, 1 Mox. But we have good interaction, good Planeswalkers. I would love a Thoughtseize too. Oh, Bushwhack. That's actually a card we'll play too. I think we can play 16 lands with a Mox and a Bushwhack. And good fixing with no colorless lands. So let's sort by color, see what base we have. Alright, we got 11 red, 10 green, 9 black. So pretty even. We do have some early green stuff. Like we want to be able to get these 3 cards specifically are much, much worse if you're not playing them on turn 1 or 2. Well, actually Bushwhack's fine, but Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl you really want on 1. So let's start with 2 forest, even though we have slightly more red stuff, and see how this looks. So for green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Solid. For black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Solid. And for red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think we need to add another mountain then, and then we'll just have the same number of green and red sources. Yeah, this seems fun. I'm really excited for this deck. I love JUND. It's not always the deck you can do in this format, but we got fetch lands, Wrenn and 6, so the deck can't be too bad. Also some solid removal. Most of our removal is burn, so we could struggle a bit against beefy creatures, but That's fine. I think this deck is really sweet, and I will see you in round 1. Alright, here we are for round 1. We are on the draw with a very good hand. We have all our colors. We have turn 2 Grist. We have 4 mana on turn 2 potentially, but I'm kind of tempted to just... Oh, okay. Alright, let's play Blooming Marsh Arbor Elf here. If they kill the elf, we can't play Grist on turn 2, but playing Oracle on turn 2 is kind of enticing. Rishadan Port, okay. Port is good against Utopia Sprawl. So they're going to tap our land. We're not going to be able to play a 3-drop this turn. Yeah, that's sort of funny how good this is against Utopia Sprawl. Okay, I think I'm just going to put... Let's play Forest and Utopia Sprawl on red. And then do we want to attack or leave up Incinerate? I actually might just leave up Incinerate. I don't think attacking for 1 is that relevant here. Yeah, let's just pass. We might not use this Incinerate, but if they do play a creature or something, then this will be really nice. Walking Ballista. Okay, so that's probably killing the Arbor Elf. I'll untap this just because, but unlikely to matter. And then we need to decide if we want to play Grist or Oracle first. I think I'll play the Oracle. It's a little bit more mana efficient, and the Grist plus isn't that exciting. All right, nice. That's exactly why we would want to do that. Ooh, Mind Twist on top. So they know about the Mind Twist, but it might just wreck them. Like, they might not have a good way to deal with this. They are... Okay, wasn't expecting to see Blue-White out of this deck. So they play Coalition Relic. That's fine. If they have Spell Pierce, it's kind of... Okay, they just charge it now. So they don't have Spell Pierce. We can just wreck them with this Mind Twist. So we'll go land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to shock this to play around Daze and then just Mind Twist their entire hand. Turn 4, discard 5. Alright, nice. So we're massively ahead now. They have a lot of mana, but we have more mana plus like a solid hand. We're going to have 2 Planeswalkers next turn. Alright, so what's going on over here? They're playing 5 color. Looks like they top deck something. Wandering Emperor. Okay, that's kind of annoying. They take out our Oracle. Do we want to incinerate this Wandering Emperor? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just play both of our Planeswalkers and make 2 creatures to attack it down. Hopefully we can mill over a Kroxa. Alright, Nurturing Peatland. Not great, but it's better than average because it's not a card we really wanted to draw, and it makes Wrenn and 6 a great draw. If we could kill the Coalition Relic, I would feel very good, because it's fixing their mana, which otherwise would be kind of bad. Wow, they're really playing like double blue, double white, red, green, Rishadan Port. Very greedy. Dak Faden. That's very not scary. In fact, they probably shouldn't have even played it. I guess they're just milling 2. Maybe they have Ura that they're trying to dig towards. But I think we can kill both of these Planeswalkers now. They might just cash this in for a 2/2. They do. Okay, so let's incinerate this and then kill their Dak. Nice draw. Do we still do the same thing? Yeah, I think so. And then do we want to play Lilion and minus or plus? I think I'm going to actually minus here, just to dig towards Kroxa or some other action. We can bring back Arbor Elf if necessary. Okay. It's fine. Alright. Make another dude. And do we play the Arbor Elf? Let's see. Right now we're hitting for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we do add Arbor Elf, it becomes a 2-turn clock. But we're going to make another beast next turn anyway. So I think I'm going to play slightly conservatively. We'll play around a sweeper. Of course, like, we're actually fine against a sweeper too, but I think this is slightly better. I really do wish we could kill that Coalition Relic, though. That's the only reason they were able to cast Dak and Wandering Emperor. Alright. Really a solid game one. So we're playing against 5 color. Sword of Feast and Famine, it looked good against a lot of their deck, but it's really bad against Dak Faden. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we just run it back. This might be a little bit more burn than we want. 3 cheap red burn spells. Could bring in like braids. No, on the draw, I'll keep all my removal. Okay, awkward hand because we don't have a forest for Utopia Sprawl. I think it is a keep because the rest of the hand is pretty good, but hopefully we can find a forest soon. Okay, we'll play Watery Grave tapped. If we're going to draw a non-forest, like Mountain is a pretty good draw. It gives us Kolaghan's Command. Right, there's an artifact that we want to blow up. What's the play? Coalition Relic. Well, there's an artifact we want to blow up even more. I would love a Mox here. Croxa instead. Okay, we'll just jam that. Not a super exciting play at this stage in the game, but they only have 4 cards. Like, if they play a big scary permanent this turn, we could be in bad shape. But we can sort of pick apart their hand. This puts them down to 3 cards. We could maybe even just Mind Twist them for 2 next turn. It just depends on what they play. If they play like a Huntmaster of the Fells or something, that's fine. Like, they can just get a little bit of value beating down, but that's okay. But if they play like some sort of Planeswalker or something that can snowball a bit more, that would be bad. This is an awkward thing about Utopia Sprawl that I didn't really consider. We have so many non-basic lands that it makes a little bit less common for us to have a forest. What is this? Hopefully not Elspeth. Oh, okay, this is fine. It's a 5/4 with lifelink, basically. We can kill that with Kolaghan's Command. Do we want to kill that or the Coalition Relic? I guess I'll kill their dude. Although Fury also deals with it. Okay, I think I'm going to Mind Twist their hand this turn. We can take a hit. Alright, their hand was pretty good. That Toski would have been a big problem. I'm not going to evoke Fury to kill the Steel Seraph. It's fine. If they do, like this, the card that I'm scared about is the Colonnade, actually. And they do draw land, which means they can hit us with it. So they're hitting us for 9. That's a lot. Then we're going to be at 11, so the Colonnade will be a 3-turn clock. I think we should be able to beat that, but I don't think I guess we have Burst Lightning as a way to kill the Colonnade, but that's it, I think. No Wasteland or anything. So we take 9. We do have this Croxa in the yard, but we're a pretty long way away from bringing that back. The benefit is, of course, if they're animating Colonnade every turn, they're not doing anything else. Okay, let's go. And we definitely need to Kolaghan's Command, so I'll just go draw a step, kill this, make them discard. Target player discard a card, destroy target artifact. We could also potentially kill their Coalition Relic and take them off of blue mana for Colonnade. Yeah, that actually seems pretty good here. I think I will do that before playing the Oracle, probably. Although, we go to 7. Can we afford to go to 3? Because getting the Oracle down would be really nice. I think it's a little too greedy. Let's just blow up their Relic. Obviously, Utopia Sprawl looking super awkward here. By the time we can finally cast it, we're not going to need it at all. But then it was good in game 1, so it's going to be the nature of it. Okay, Burst Lightning. There's our answer, but I think we can afford to play Oracle here. Nice. Beautiful. All right, not super interested in Overgrown Tomb, so we're probably going to fetch that away. If we are getting a forest, it would be the Overgrown Tomb, though, and I don't want to fetch Shock, so we could... Oh, actually, what we should have done... Yeah, slight misplay. We should have grabbed a tapped Overgrown Tomb and then played Utopia Sprawl on it, but I don't think that's really going to be what makes us... That's not going to change this game too much. Okay, let's Burst Lightning our own Oracle, so they don't get one. Good to know about Fractured Identity if this goes to game 3, but I kind of don't think it will. I think we're in a good spot. Let's get our forest. And then we can bring back Kroxa. Ooh, Layla and Kroxa in the same turn. So let's go. We're going to make sure we tap our mana right. So if we tap like this, black, red. No, we need another red. Black, red, black, red. Okay. Grist. Interesting. Is that better? I don't think so. I think I'm still just going to escape Kroxa. Well, Kroxa speeds up our clock a lot more. Yeah, I think that this is not really about a grindy game. It's about winning before we get killed by their Colonnade. So let's go Utopia Sprawl on red. Escape Kroxa. This takes out the last card from their hand. Oh, it also grows Kroxa. That's funny. I forgot about that. I guess we could have done that pre-combat, but in case we hit something that we really wanted to play, I think this is better. And now they're not dead next turn, but they're close to it. If they top deck Island... Okay, they didn't draw Island. Coercive Portal. That's super slow. Oh, that is going to grow Layla too. So if we play this, we hit them for 15. It's still not quite lethal. If we animate Raging Ravine, we hit them for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that should be exactly lethal. Lots of attack triggers. All right, sweet. Really solid round 1. That's actually the kind of matchup that I would think could be bad. Typically, 5-color is better than Jund because we're both trying to play like removal in a kind of grindy game, and they can just go over the top of us, but we were able to outgrind them pretty easily. We are 1-0. I'll see you in round 2. All right, here we are for round 2 against Stockholm Syndrome. We are on the play with good mana and a Dark Confidant, so I will certainly be keeping. This is going to want to get red-green or red-black. Doesn't really matter. I guess I'll get red-black because that's a painless land. So let's play Overgrown Tomb tapped, and then next turn we can go black-red land for Bob. We also have 2 of our expensive cards in our hand, which means Bob is more likely to flip low-cost stuff. If they kill the Bob, this hand is kind of bad. Like, we have nothing until turn 5, but we have perfect mana and a ton of live draws, so that's fine. And then Bob is fairly likely to survive if we play him on the play on turn 2. Opponent having a little bit of a pause here. I don't think there's any realistic play they could be considering, so they're just asleep at the wheel. All right, let's see what we're up against. Oh, Strip Mine. All right. We have plenty of lands, but that is a little sad. We can't play Bob now. All right, we'll just get the Water Graven to play tapped. If they have Wasteland, so be it. We still have Jund out of just these 2 lands. All right, playing against green. Do we still want to grab Bayou? Yeah, I think I will. It does take a land out of the deck, and I think that's basically neutral. Bob, and next turn we can play Liliana. That was a solid draw. Red-green. Okay, no burn spell. That's great news. We can't kill this with Liliana, but this is still a good position for us. Kolagon's Command. Let's just kill this, actually, while we can, before it grows. I think that's worth it. Red, black, whatever. Kolaghan's command. You discard, kill you. Really good position here. Obviously, being on the play was helpful. The fact that we were able to result, like, strip mine is just so much worse when you're on the draw. So now we've gotten a 2-for-1 out of Kolaghan's command. We got a 2-for-1 out, at least out of Bob, potentially more. They discard Ugin. Okay, so they're going big over there. Skull Clamp, interesting. And then no land. Burst Lightning, that's fine. So let's go Oracle here. I think Oracle's better than Liliana. Liliana just doesn't do that much. Nice. Raging Ravine off the top is pretty much perfect. Hit you for 2 and pass. Alright. So, red-green, Ugin, Skull Clamp. Kind of weird. Could bring in sort of Feast and Famine if they're base green. I think that seems reasonable. Our creature count's kind of low, but Garruk does make creatures, and Grist does too. Is Grist counted as a creature here? No. Okay. So we essentially have 11 creatures. This would be playable, but I'm not going to bring it in unless we have something we want to cut. And I don't think we do. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay, yeah. Especially on the draw, this becomes worse. We could bring in a land against the Strip Mine deck on the draw, but... Or just against the Strip Mine deck in general. But I think on the draw, I'm fine. Just running it back. Utopia Sprawl is bad against Strip Mine. That's something worth noting. Alright, we haven't drawn a Mox yet. Let's get a nice turn 1 Dark Confidant this game. Turn 2 is too slow. Okay, I'll keep. It's not super exciting, but we've got some interaction. We've got all our colors. Okay, do we want to hold up Burst Lightning? I think I will just play Mountain and pass. I don't want to Shock Stomp a ground into play, but I think this is fine. Oh, okay, well, if they're going to kill a land, I'd rather it be the Mountain. I'll float just in case. They should just go to their second main if they have Scavenging Ooze, but we'll see if they find that line. Alright. Just going to kill this. And then I think I might just Bushwhack for a land next turn. We could also Mind Twist for 1, but that seems not really necessary. Interesting. Could Mind Twist for 2. That I actually think I will do. Mind Twist for 2 into Garruk seems pretty nice here. We could get a little greedy and wait longer, but especially since we already have a use for our mana next turn, I think I'd rather just hit them. Oh, wow. Taking out Wheel of Fortune is key there. There's a Birds of Paradise. So now we can go Garruk, untap lands, and incinerate the bird. Sure. Alright, they're down to 1 card. We're in a really good position. We don't have that much action, but we do have Garruk going, and we have lots of mana, so we can basically play whatever we top deck. Winter Orb is just so bad against Garruk. That's a strange play. Alright, let's just kill their Mox Emerald and make them discard. We're really doing the JUND thing here. It's kind of awesome. And then could Bushwhack for a land, but that just doesn't seem necessary. Okay, sweet. So my plan was to use this to like make it 3/3 and then fight whatever they play next. But yeah, we just destroyed them there. 2 for 1, 2 for 1, efficient 1 for 1s. Garruk beating their Winter Orb. Just really solid performance. This deck is running basically as smoothly as it could. And we immediately have our opponent for the finals, and we're on the play against Beyond Tilt. Alright, let's keep this. Misty Rainforest cannot get black-red. So, if we want to get double black plus single red, what's the best way to do that? We could just go Forest, Utopia Sprawl on black, and then plan on fetching Stomping Ground for Kolaghan's command. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Utopia Sprawl on black. And then we can play either Grist or Liliana next turn, depending on what they do. Best case scenario is they would play a Mana Dork, and then we can just kill it with Liliana. But if they don't do anything, then we'll play Grist, because that can impact the board. Okay, Mox. We can kill that with Kolaghan's command. Alright, yeah. Easy. Oh, actually, I don't think I can resist Liliana here. Yeah, let's Liliana. This does give them an extra mana for a turn, but it's just such good value. I don't think there's anything for 3 mana here that they can play that would be super devastating. Okay, Goblin Ravelmaster is fine. We can kill the token with Lily, then kill Mox plus Ravelmaster with Kolaghan's command. Kolaghan's command has been really, really good this league, which I don't think is unusual. It's a great card, but this has really showcased the power of it. So, destroy target artifact, 2 damage to any target. And then next turn we can get Grist down. Abbot of Carol Keep is super weak to Lily. Do they have the land? They do. Alright. So, hit the Liliana. At least this can clear our top card if it's a land. Hopefully dig us towards some action. We did, in fact, have the land on top. Alright, so let's kill this. I'm going to hold the Bushwhack. I don't need to search for land. Grist. I think I'm just going to fetch now. Fetching a Stomping Ground. Because I would rather... I want to slightly increase the chances of milling over Kroxa. Museum Orders. That would have been a good draw, but this is fine. Alright. Mono Red could be a tough matchup, especially on the draw when they have a Mox, but that game we just kind of picked them apart really well. We didn't have a ton of cards in our hand, but a lot of live top. Oh, wow. Yeah, we were going to win that game. Alright, what do we want against Mono Red? Nothing in our deck is terrible except for maybe Dark Confidant, and Crooks is a bit slow. Braids and Krark are just decent blockers. I think I will bring in the Krark over Dark Confidant. We haven't drawn Wrenn and 6 a single time. That's kind of sad. That was our first pick. Kroxa is not very good, but... And it's also worse when you don't have ways to discard it. If you're discarding it to, like, Fable of the Mirror Breaker or Seasoned Pyromancer or something, that's decent. But if your plan is just to cast it for 2 mana to not impact the board, that's not great. Braids is not great either, but it's just a 3/3, which is a decent blocker. I think I'll run like this, though. We'll keep the Kroxa. To have a Mox draw. Another hand where we have Arbor Elf without a forest, but it is a keep. Fury is very strong in this matchup. And them not having a 1-drop is very good for us as well. Let's get the Ravine into play tapped and pass. Jite. Okay, that's not that scary. Maelstrom Pulse. Alright, we'll cast this. I kind of hope they just kill it. I think there's a decent chance they bolt it without realizing that it actually doesn't produce mana. Layla. Okay, that's fine. We can kill that. I think I might just Grist and sack to kill this rather than using Maelstrom Pulse. Ugh, come on. Yeah, I'm going to Grist this away. If they have another creature with haste, so be it. You kill my Grist. Grist is, like, not incredible in this matchup. And if we get to untap and make a blocker, that's great. I really did underrate. I don't know how many forests we're playing. I should have counted though and taken more note of that. Okay, that's great. If Grist is just trading with their entire turn there, now we get to untap and slam Duretti. Very good position for us. Mox Pearl does not change anything. Do we want to play it? We could actually kill this GT if we care. I think I'm just going to play the Mox, though. If they have Artifact Destruction, so be it. I don't really care if they kill this. And playing it is good if they go Wheel of Fortune or anything like that. So now, if we find Forest, we can play Elder Gargaroth. If we find any untapped land, we can play Fury. We have Maelstrom Pulse up. They play Seasoned Pyromancer, which is really weak to Fury, so hopefully we can draw the land. Red Elemental Blast. That's a weird card. I guess I saw a Watery Grave, but that's it. Nice. Okay, so just gonna Fury here. This might prompt a concession. Very clean answer to Spyro. And then let's destroy their GT. I would be hesitant to do that if we didn't have another artifact, but we still can use Duretti next turn if we want to. And this insulates us against any sort of weird flyers or something, or hasty creatures. Okay, Pianker and Lara. That's another card that makes me wish that I had Fury. All right, we don't have blue for that. I think I'm going to swing here. We're playing Gargaroth. That means we have two creatures that really pressure them. Sure. Then we'll go Utopia Sprawl on blue, so we can play the Scarab God, but we're still playing Gargaroth first. Oh, wait, we don't have double green. Okay, we're playing the Scarab God. So now, even if they kill the Scarab God, we get it back. Okay, they have Thundermaw Hellkite. That is pretty good. They can kill the Duretti, but then we can kill this if we want to, or just play Gargaroth, which blocks it. We also have the option of making a creature with a Scarab God. We could make a Grist. Yeah, let's make a Grist. Then we scry one. Mountain. I don't think we need that. Actually, I will take that, because if we draw one more land, we can potentially... Okay, they just die. All right. Wow, that was awesome. Jund is broken. I'll take it. I mean, yeah, that was sweet. So, I mean, we're playing some Jund. Got the good old Ren and 6, Croxa, Dark Confidant. Feels like we're playing some semi-old school modern Jund. The deck was great. We had a lot of cheap interaction with the burn spells. We had 3 cheap accelerants. We did have the awkward forest thing here. Let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forests. That might be too little. So maybe we should have like cut one of these for another forest or something. But beyond that, like in some games we had 3 accelerants. We had a ton of cheap planeswalkers, a ton of cheap interaction, some sweet gold cards. Mind Twist was amazing. Dark Confidant was amazing. Kolagon's Command was amazing. Just all around the deck performed great. We never drew, or we never like really used Escape to the Wild, and we never really used Ren and 6, and also Dragon's Rage Chandler. But I think those cards would have been good. And yeah, just a really, really sweet deck. We had this the full Natural Order package in the sideboard that we weren't even playing, but that was totally fine. We didn't need it. We could just grind them out and pressure them and kill their stuff and win the game. So a very smooth, clean 6-0 trophy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.